There is the coast, and along it west the long view of the Atlantic. There are the traditional ships, the pirogues, in whose wooden hulls fishermen sail out each morning, and increasingly other men sail too, for another place, on a more dangerous voyage, the promise of a better life in Europe. Some make it, many drown. Further inland, where the view of the ocean has disappeared, there is a factory. A Chinese factory. Here a better life has come to us. In this factory my mother works, and within 200 meters of it I was born on a summer day, loud and hearty but almost totally blind. For 11 years I lived this way, roving the coast and exploring the perimeter of the factory as one familiar blur. This blur was the world of my childhood. This was my Senegal. Because I could not see, I knew I would never be a fisherman like my father or even a laborer like my mother. I was destined to be nothing. I was like a ghost. Then one day it all changed as if in the blink of an eye. The mobile vision unit arrived from Beijing, promising free care to factory workers and their families. My mother signed me up and the doctors performed laser surgery. Free. For a while I existed in darkness. Then the bandages came off and I could see. Oh, how I could see. The colors, the clarity, the sharpness. I wept with joy. Perhaps that is why I did not realize immediately that my newfound clarity was selective. For example, I could read with impeccable ease the newspapers the Chinese printed for us. But I could not read the Washington Post. I could read books, but only certain ones, or only parts of them. Some would make my eyes tire until I put them down. In others the text appeared as blurred as the whole world had appeared to me before. One night I happened to witness a Chinese man assault a local shopkeeper. Although under moonlight I could clearly see her face, his remained obscure, befogged. There was no way I could have identified him. When I told my mother about all this she scolded me, yelled at me for being ungrateful. So what if there are things you cannot see, she said. Before, you could see nothing. Now you see most things. Is that not an improvement? I supposed it was. Even as I felt it tremendously unfair to have given me the gift of sight only to censor it. Did we pay a single franc for your surgery? No, I said. We could not have afforded to. So this was the cost. This was the bargain. Be thankful, she said. And over time I have. I read what I can. I see what I should. I realize now that Chinese history is a beautiful history, built upon inevitable progress and tragic yet necessary sacrifices benefiting not only the Chinese people but humanity as a whole.